Same news again, same promises, but my wallet tells the truth.
Wake up, same news on the screen, new face, same game, nothing in between. Talk about tax cuts, but the bill don't lie. Check my wallet, all the cash ran dry. They shuffle the chairs, pretend it's new, but the weight of the tax keeps breaking through. From groceries rising to the power bill, every promise feels like standing still.
Numbers on the paper, promises fade,
But I feel the weight every time I get paid.
nothing but taxes.
Creeping every day.
They call it reform, but it feels the same way. Nothing but taxes.
Can't escape the sound.
Coins on the table, falling to the ground.
Midnight math with the grocery list, counting every yen, wondering what I missed. They say stability, but the streets don't care. The price of life rising everywhere. Post a smile, but the trust is gone. Another leader fades, the cycle spins on. They talk about future, a brighter dawn, but tomorrow feels heavy when the paycheck's gone.
Voices in the city echo through the rain.
Truth in the rhythm, healing the pain.
Nothing but taxes weighing on my flow. Dreams get delayed, but I still let it go. Nothing but taxes written in the beat.
Lo-fi blues drifting down the street. Resignations, headlines, same old song. Promises short, but the burden's long. If change is coming, it won't fall from the sky. It's in the whispers walking by.
Nothing but taxes.
But I'm still here.
Nothing but taxes.
Lo-fi clear. Play that record, let the story unwind. In the beat of better Japan I'll find.
Nothing but taxes. Nothing but taxes. Echoes in the night.
But we keep moving, searching for light.
See nothing but taxes.
We still believe.
Nothing but taxes in the life we live.
Female humming with the whisper. Fuzla Bagari. Nothing but taxes.
Love doesn't break, it shifts like tectonic plates. You don't feel it moving until the landscape looks different, and you're standing in the new geography, wondering when it changed. We were fire in the first year. Every room we enter warmer for the friction of us. Nothing in the corner of our lives untouched by the particular heat we ran. I burned toward her like a window left open in Japan in summer. Reckless, full, the air between us charged with the specific electricity of two lives not yet merged. But merging, every morning knew this feeling of what we could feel. Still somewhere above us, we kept reaching, kept it real. And raw and unguarded, she would call it to read me. Something from a book she'd found I'd listen needing. Nothing more than a voice in the dark, making the passage live. That's the virgin of the love I had the most to give. But fire is a climate, is unsustainable. The wood runs out or learns to pace itself. We didn't talk about the pacing, just arrived one morning somewhere lower than the year before. Still warm, just slow. Love changes like the light changes. You don't watch it move, to turn around and the whole room's wearing a different groove of shadow. Still the same room, nothing broken, nothing wrong. Just the afternoon becoming evening all along. The second year was water, not the storm. The river kind, the kind that knows its banks, that has a settled mind about its own direction. We had arguments that lasted, real ones, not the surface kind. The blasted, open conversations where the actual appeared and had to be addressed. And we cleared the ground between us, slow and without drama. More like archaeology than trauma. We found the older layers, the reasons and the roots, the childhood wounds we carried in our boots without declaring, and we spread them on the table, made them legible, made both of us more able to inhabit what we built. The second year was harder and more honest, and the clear cold water of it tasted different than the fire, but clean. The way that truth is always cleaner than desire. I learned her in the difficult parts, the way you learn a city by its streets and rain, the way you earn the right to say you know a place. I know it now in the second year way, which is the realest kinda how love changes like a river changes, carves new ground. Every year a slightly different sound, against the same old stones, not weaker, just more true to what it actually is, which is still moving, still toward you. The third year was a different element entirely, earth, the kind that holds the seed, that knows the worth of being patient, being dense, being where the roots go in. Without announcement, we have built a life within the love by then, not just the love itself. The shelves of books arranged by color, the separate cells. We learned to give each other room to be inside the same geography. She'd read, I let the evening do its thing. The low specific hum of two people who have learned the sum of each other and still choose to add to it each morning. That's the third year habit, the commit without the ceremony, just the quiet daily act of turning toward instead of from. The compact made of ordinary choices, the glass of water left by her side of the bed, the particular kind of theft of loneliness that love performs on you without you asking. Just remove it, somewhere in the third year, past the testing and the learning, just the being, just the room, just the two of us inside the same small room of light at 7 in the morning. Still, love changes like a season changes, all the way through spring, fire, summer, water, autumn, earth, all true. All the same love wearing different clothes, all the same direction. Everyone who knows that love across the years knows this, the form is not the thing survives the form, shifts and deepens and arrives at something more precise than passion, something that the floor knows, the walls know, the morning light at 7 knows. Still burning, still running, still in the ground it grows, still toward you, always still toward you. The fire didn't die, it learned where to live. The river didn't stop, but found its depth. The earth didn't end, it just became the place where, hey, everything takes root. It's not lost, it's the whole point. It's the whole point. Let me give it let me give it to you straight, no filter on the lens. I'm the guy who still rewrites the text before he sends, who overthinks the handshake, second guesses the joke, who laughs too loud sometimes just to fill up the smoke of an awkward room. I know the move, I've done it twice, and both times after I drove home and thought about it thrice. I keep a running list of things I should have said instead, not in a notebook, just a loop that runs inside my head before I sleep. I'm the guy who sets 3 alarms and still cuts it to the wire, who has good intentions but the will arrives about 6 minutes after the moment needed it. I've been apologizing for that gap my whole life, I'll admit it. I'm not the version of myself I had in mind at 22. That guy was gonna be a lot more certain, a lot more through with doubt. He was gonna move with something like a tide, but I'm the shore, not the wave, and I've made my peace with that, mostly inside. Yeah, I I buy the groceries with the best intentions every week. The vegetables go soft before I get around to seek the recipe I bookmarked in October, still there. Next to 14 other things I meant to get to, I swear I'll get to them. But here's the thing about the list, it's not procrastination so much as the persistent mist of everything arriving at the same time at the door. I let too many things in, that's the core of it. I care about too many things at once. The book, the friend, the city, the month. I'm not the dunce I used to fear I was. I'm just distributed wide, spread across the interest like a delta, not a tide. And maybe that's the shape of me, wide and a little slow on any given axis, but the overall below. The waterline is solid, I know what I'm about, even on the days I need 6 hours to figure it out. Here's the truest thing I know about the size of me. I'm not the largest version and I'm not the debris of the one I'm meant to be. I'm something in the actual, the daily aberrating, coffee cooling, factual guy who shows up, not always bright, not always right, but present. And I've learned that present in the night of someone else's hard time is worth more than the grand gesture plan, but never landing to understand. And now in a way the 22-year-old couldn't hold. He was building monuments, I'm learning to be old enough to value the small and daily and the near. The friend I actually call back, the conversation clear and honest even when it cost me something. Yeah, that's it, that's the size of me, a guy who fits inside his own perimeter and stopped apologizing for the distance between the map he drew and what he is. No more, no less. This is the actual scale, the life-size version, worn and real. Not the projection, not the dream, just me, exactly what I mean. She didn't think to use the sunscreen on her shoulders. The afternoon too bright, the summer feeling older. Then the calendar said they laid out on the sand, till the light went gold and someone reached for someone's hand. She noticed it first, the pink across the collarbone, the way the skin betrayed the hours they spent alone. Together in the heat by evening it was clear. The sun had left a signature that kinda disappeared slowly, and the slowness was the point she pressed. To burn with 2 fingers just to feel it, no distress. Exactly, more the proof that something happened here. A physical receipt for the best day of the year. He left on Sunday, said he called. The August sky made everything feel permanent, which was the lie. That summer till she washed his car until the bend, and then went back inside and found the burn again. Still warm against her palm, the only thing that hadn't left yet, the lingering sunburned memories. They hurt the way the good things do. Warm at first and then the ache comes through. She keeps pressing on the tender skin to feel it stay. The summer's leaving and the burn won't fade away. Not yet, not yet. 3 weeks out and the burn had turned to something soft. The bronze that made her look like she'd been somewhere aloft, above the ordinary. Her co-worker says she glowed. She didn't tell them what the glow was. What it showed, he called twice. The first time she was ready, voice composed and calibrated. The second call a choice. The words got away from her, a sentence started true, ended somewhere complicated. They both knew what the complication was. The same thing summer knows when autumn starts to send the advanced shadows. When the close of the warm season is a theory then a fact, and all the things you thought were permanent contract into the actual. She touched the faded line where the burn had been the brightest, like a sign that she'd been tracing all September without naming the habit for what it was, the quiet claiming of a summer that had already decided to become a memory, one-sided in the way that heat is when it goes. It takes the warmth but leaves the afterglow. Sunburned memories, they peel but leave a trace, a different texture where the summer touched your face. She reads the line with bridesmaids holding every skin, like a map of where the feeling used to live within. The season, now the season's closing in. October came with his particular talent for making everything seem more relevant. In retrospect, the photograph she hadn't posted, the ones too close to true, she almost ghosted the whole folder, then decided no, let them exist the way the summers glow exists in the body long after the source. She was changed by it, that was the course of that specific sun. Not ruined, not redeemed, just slightly new and different in the place the light had entered. That afternoon when everything was centered on the sound of waves and his Pacific laugh, and the burn that was still coming in the aftermath. Sunburned memories. She doesn't press the skin anymore. The tenderness has healed to something more like bedrock with the summer burn as part of her now. Not a wound, a layer, she carries it somehow. The way the body carries every light it's been beneath, the way the shore holds the shape of every wave beneath the sand. He was a kind of summer that you survive by understanding. You were supposed to burn, you were supposed to feel it, you were supposed to bring the mark back. Ooh, you were supposed to bring the mark back. Proof of something real that happened in the heat and meant it. I was 17, and the road was mine from school until the dark. Took the long way home because the short way had no park. No hill to crest, no vista point, no reason for the burn in the thighs. I needed the burn, needed somewhere to turn. The summer radio was leaking from somebody's window, something with a guitar that got inside my chest below. The rational, I stood up on the pedals past the shrine where the road drops in the coast and hits the salt and the pine that smell. I've been chasing it in everything I've done since. The specific compound of the sea air and the fence of cedar at the curve. The light was doing everything at once. Gold and orange and the kind of purple that confronts you with the brevity. I didn't have the word for it then, just the pedal in the chest, the burning in the wind of it, the wind being always on the edge of something big. Something just past the next hill that I never stopped to dig into, because the next hill always came, and that was the whole game. That was the whole flame of being 17 and having nowhere to arrive. Just the road and the light and being stupidly alive. The sunset doesn't wait, it never waited once for me. I chased it on the bicycle like it owed me something free, and burning through the gold and going nowhere fast. The boy I was kept riding like the light was gonna last. There was a girl, there's always a girl in the version that you tell yourself at 30. The excursion into memory softens certain edges, sharpens others. She lives somewhere along the coast road. The colors of her house, the kind I noticed without deciding to. Navy gate, white wall, a bicycle that wasn't new but wasn't mine. I slowed without admitting I was slow and never stopped. Just cataloged her almost without knowing I was cataloging. Just the pedaling and the showing up of her name in every song the guitar was playing. Through the windows of that summer, every saying of the melody somehow addressed to the particular way she stood outside the convenience store in August. The specific angle of a girl who doesn't know she's gorgeous. In the way that matters, casual and unrehearsed. I had rehearsed everything and it came out the worst, the version of the feeling, so I wrote instead. Let the gradient and the headwind say what couldn't be said. Let the burning in the legs translate the burning in the chest. The bicycle was my best interpreter, my best and only honest instrument that year. The sunset doesn't explain, it just performs and leaves. I was the audience, the bicycle, the salt air in my sleeves. The guitar from someone's window following me home. The boy I was kept riding, so he'd never have to know. But waited at the bottom of the hill, the ordinary night, the dinner table and the homework and the ceiling's quiet light. So he rode past the knowing into something bright. The sunset doesn't wait, but God, it was a sight. Here's what I know from the distance of the years between. The boy on the bicycle was writing something in the scene of every coastal evening that the man is still translating. The burning and the guitar and the light still radiating from somewhere in the archive of the body. The legs remember the gradient a little, the chest remembers the specific compression of a feeling too large for 17 to hold precisely. He wasn't chasing anything he could have named. He was being chased by time, by what comes after. The sunset was a deadline, and he knew it. In the way you know the things you can't think straight about. So he rode toward it every evening as if speed was a kind of answer. As if the coast road had a door at the end of it that opened onto something he could keep. The sunset doesn't stop, and neither did I for long. The bicycle, the coast road, the guitar in someone's song. The girl by the Navy gate who never knew my name. The burning in the purple in the summer, just the same. Summer after summer, until I wasn't 17. Until the road got shorter and the lights stopped being keen on making everything look possible in gold. I still ride sometimes, different hill, older, cold, but something in the pedaling returns me to that climb. The boy who chased the sunset and was caught by it every time, who burned for the burning and arrived without arriving, who was 17 and golden and completely and entirely alive. Alive, alive. She rolled up her sleeve at the gas station to show me the line where the tan stopped. Like it was a trophy, like it was the whole summer in one stripe. And I understood immediately that this was love. She pulled her shirt strap down to show the white against the bronze, the proof of every beach day, every hour we respond. The sunlight like a calling, like a job we volunteered. The tan line on the shoulder, mapping out the days we steered toward water, toward the heat, toward each other in the glow. I checked my own wrist, shoulder where my watch used to go before I left it home all June, before I learned to leave behind the things and measure time when times is good to grieve. We compared our forearms at the kitchen table laughing. That whose stripe was darker like it mattered, like the mathematics of vacation showed a permanent on skin. I never thought a farmer's tan could be the thing I'm in love with, but here we are, comparing burns and lines like other couples compare rings. Like this is just as fine, a symbol of commitment. We showed up, we stayed outside. We let the sun decide what summer's gonna mark it side by side. Show me where you're golden, show me where you stay too long. Yeah, your tan line's a love song, written where the sun belongs. We're matching in the marks we made, matching in the burn. Every stripe a story, only both of us can earn. She caught me staring at the new line where her swimsuit sat. Slightly different shape this year, she switched it up like that. On purpose, probably kept me guessing all July. With new geography, she showed me what new alibi for sitting in the sun too long. For chasing every ray like skin could hold a postcard, like bronze could make it stay. The summer somewhere permanent, at least until it fades. By October, by the time the cold comes back in shades. Everything we build in June, but until then we compare handprints where the sunscreen missed the spots that show we're human. The uneven proof of love in summer, recklessly the way real love don't come even, don't come perfect, comes instead. And patches come
comes in lines that other people might call flaws, but we call evidence, we call receipts, we call the cause. And the fact of choosing each other over staying pale, over staying safe inside. We chose the heat, we chose to sail into the actual season, skin and all. Show me where you're golden, show me where the sun got greedy. Yeah, your 10 lines of love song, and baby, I'm already ready to trace it with my finger, to memorize the edge. Every stripe a story, every burn a privilege. Show me where you're golden, every line of length we've gone. Yeah, your tan's the only tattoo neither one of us has drawn on purpose, but it's permanent enough until the frost comes back to take the summer, comes to take what won't get lost from memory. Even after every stripe will fade to pale, but I remember mapping you, I remember every trail. The sun left on your shoulders, on your collarbone, your spine. Show me where you're golden, baby, you're my favorite kind of summer. You're my favorite proof that we showed up, we stayed. We let the whole damn season leave its fingerprints we made. The love that's got a farmer stand, a love that's slightly burnt, but real, but ours, but earned. By September the lines start fading. She shows me anyway, even paler, even almost gone. See, she says right here, and I see it, I always see it. Even when it's gone, I still see it.
I've been above this coastline since before the pier was built. Watch the fishing nets dry in the morning. Watch the storms rearrange the sand. Watch the quiet decades, and then tonight something different came. And I leaned down as far as the sky can lean. They built the stage on the sand in 3 days. I watched the crew work in the August heat, driving stakes into what I known as silence, stringing lights between steel poles like a message meant for me. By Friday evening the frame was standing, a temporary city at the water's edge, the kind that only exists for 48 hours and disappears and leaves the shore without a trace. I've seen fishing villages rise and fall in this same spot, watch boats go out and not come back, watch children grow into the people who forgot the sea. And then one summer night, remember it again. That's what this was, the remembering. 800 people who had been indoors all year, arriving at the oldest thing they knew, the water in the dark and the sound of something true. The first car arrived at 6:30. A girl in the passenger seat asleep already. The driver looked up through the windshield at me. I gave him every star I had. I leaned down low when the music starts. The neon reaches up and touches where I are. The ocean keeps the rhythm that the bass forgets tonight. I'm not just watching, I'm the ceiling of something I don't have a name for yet. The set began at 9 and the crowd became a tide. Not the water kind, the kind that has a feeling, moving in one direction without deciding to. The way grief moves through a family, the way joy does. I tracked the woman in a yellow dress, the specific yellow that exists in summer only, the kind that holds the light from earlier in the day and gives it back at midnight like a kept promise. She danced the way you dance when no one's watching, except I was watching. I always am, arms not performing anything for anyone, just the body finally saying what it meant to say. Oh yeah. The man beside her watched for 17 songs, not creepily, the way you watch a fire, something that makes you feel warm from the outside, something you don't wanna interrupt. On the 18th song she turned and said something. I couldn't hear it from up here, just the shape of the words,
but his face changed the way faces change when someone has said the exact right thing at the exact right time. I lean down low when two people find each other in the place between the neon and the water. I've watched 1,000 summers come and go, but I have never learned to stay unmoved by the moment when the crowd of 800 becomes two people and a song they'll carry home. To the stage entered its final chapter. The DJ had been building since the beginning. Every song a sentence in a long confession about what summer actually is beneath the surface. I've heard this kind of music before, not the genre, but the intention. The sound of someone giving everything right at the end, when most people are too tired to do anything but receive it completely. The girl in the yellow dress was at the water's edge, the man beside her now, both looking at the sea. The speakers behind them doing what they could to fill the space between the bass and the ocean filling in what the speakers couldn't reach. That's the collaboration I've been watching for as long as I've been above water. The made thing and the natural thing, trying to say the same thing. A child of about 10 had been brought by someone older. She was sitting on someone's shoulders near the back, eyes wide, a specific wide of a person experiencing something for the first time that they'll never forget. I bent the light from one particular star toward her face, so she'd remember it was clear that night, so the memory would have a roof. I lean down low as the last song ends. The neon fades, the speakers breathe their final breath. The ocean takes the silence back as its song, and I watch the people stand in what remains. This is what I do. I watch and hold and keep the specific light, specific nights in the archive of the deep. I'll be here when the stage is sand again, and when someone stands here in December and can't explain why they feel something they don't have a name for. It will be this night, still in the ground, still in the air, still mine to hold for as long as there is sky. The last light on the rig went out, and for a moment before the ocean took it, the silence had the shake of every song that had been played. You could almost see it, a structure made of air and memory, standing where the stage had been. I held it as long as I could, which was longer than you think. I'm very old, and I've gotten good at holding.
Yeah. He remembers the screen door and the way it always slammed. Grandma's kitchen radio, the static in the hand. Me down transistor playing something from the coast. His father's voice calling everyone like a host. Counting cousins on the porch before the tide came in. The smell of salt and charcoal, the particular skin of a summer that existed only in that one town. 3 weeks a year when nobody's last name held him down. And there was a girl 2 houses past the bait shop sign. Sun streaked and barefoot, always somehow just in time to catch him watching. He never said a single word, just learned the sound of a laugh better than any bird. He practiced sentences all winter in his head. Showed up every June with the same thing left unsaid. She moved away the August he turned 13. No goodbye, just an empty house with the for sale sign growing dry. Salt air and screen doors, grandma's hands in the dough. The whole family loud at the table, nobody had to go anywhere but here, and somewhere underneath the noise, a boy still watching for a girl who isn't there. Some kind of love that never got to be a voice, just folded in with everything that made that summer mine. Yeah. Now he drives up every July with kids strapped in the back. The same screen door, new hinges, same crack in the porch step. Nobody fixed across the years. His mother's hands look different now, but they pour the same sweet tea into the same glass pitcher. Summer doing his claim on time, and when his son runs toward the water at the same hour, He used to watch for her. He feels the old door open just a little, not enough to walk through, just enough to remember he was someone who loved quietly before he knew the weight a word could hold. He doesn't tell his wife the story, doesn't need to be told, that some affections don't resolve, they just relocate into the architecture of a place you can't recreate. He passes the bait shop, sees a different family now. The for sale sign came down years ago. Somehow he never found out where she landed, never asked. Salt air and screen doors, his father's laugh too loud. His kids don't know the bait shop holds a quiet kind of cloud that passes over him sometimes when the light hits just right. Some kind of love that stayed a secret his whole life, folded in with the charcoal smoke, the cousins in the tide, still part of what makes this particular place feel like home. Maybe she remembers nothing, maybe she forgot his name. Maybe the watching only mattered in the frame of his own 12-year-old chest, and that's alright. He's not chasing what was never gonna be made right. He's just noticing the way a place can hold two things at once: the whole loud family love and one quiet unanswered want. Both of them real, both of them his, both of them part of the only summer that ever fully built his heart. Salt air and screen doors, his daughter laughing loud, just like he did, just like his father did. The proud, unbroken sound of a family doing what they've always done. And somewhere in the warmth there's still a flicker of the sun on a girl who never knew she was the first thing he held tight, without ever holding her at all, just held the light she left behind without meaning to, still folded in the same salt and screen door summer that will always wear her name. He keeps the blinds half down so the afternoon stays manageable. The AC unit hums his constant note, predictable, dependable. Unlike everything outside this room, unlike the noise of people living, the loud July together while he's here, just breathing, just existing, in the temperature he can't control, in the silence he picked himself. He used to think being alone meant something close to failing health, some kind of social symptom, something wrong that needed fixing. Now he's not so certain, now the quiet's less like missing something and more like having room to think without performing, room to exist without the constant low grade anxious warning of needing to seem fine, of needing to seem like someone's working for him too, like everyone else, like every story's not the lurking background character in. He checks his phone, nobody's texted twice. He's used to that by now, used to the particular price of being someone people think is fine because he doesn't ask for company, for noise, for anyone to help him with his task of getting through the season. He wonders if loneliness gets louder in the summer, specifically when everyone's outside, when the powder blue sky mocks him slightly through the gap between the blinds. He pulls them shut completely, finds a different kind of comfort in the dark, in the cold air on his skin. The hum of electronics is the closest thing to company he lets in. He's not sad exactly, more like pause, more like waiting for a version of himself that doesn't need translating his own silence into something more acceptable, more okay. He just exists today in this room, in this particular gray. The ice maker drops cubes into the bin with mechanical timing. The only schedule he's kept all week, the only rhyme and reason to his hours. He stopped counting days by dates, started counting them by how many times he's refilled his plate of frozen meals for one, how many shows he's watched halfway through, before forgetting the plot, before forgetting why he even knew. He wanted to watch them outside. He hears a distant pool splashing with somebody's family, somebody's life that's full of plans and barbecues and people calling out each other's names. He used to have that too, before the slow and quiet drift, the change that happened without announcement, without one single fight, just people drifting elsewhere, just losing touch, despite nobody meaning to. He checks the temperature, 71, perfect,
control nothing like the heat outside, nothing like the sun that's punishing the pavement, punishing anyone who's out there living the version of summer he remembers from being young. The giving energy of long days that felt endless, full of possibility. Now the AC hums its tune and offers him stability. Instead of joy, offers him a room where nothing's required of him except existing, except staying slightly wired to his phone just in case somebody calls. Nobody does. He refills his water, watches light crawl across the floor through the one gap he left open in the blinds, marking hours passing slowly, marking all the empty time he spent rebuilding walls he didn't know he'd need around a version of himself that's learning how to simply be. By August, he's developed patterns, found a rhythm in the solitude, the kind that doesn't ask for pity, doesn't need to be subdued or fixed or solved like loneliness or something requiring action. He started finding moments of a strange and quiet satisfaction in silence that's not empty, just unoccupied by noise, in choosing his own company and finding his own poise, without an audience, without performing okay for someone else. He thinks about the people he saw posting about themselves all summer, every beach trip, every party, every crowd. He used to feel the absence of that loudly, used to feel so loud. The silence of his own apartment, used to fill it with the hum of shows he wasn't watching, just needing noise to come from somewhere other than his own thoughts. But lately, he's learned to sit inside the quiet, learn to let it state plainly what it is, just space, just room, just air, conditioned carefully to keep him comfortable, keep him there in a version of himself that's not performing happy, not performing sad, just present, just existing, just quietly unafraid to be alone without a meaning. He's been left behind. He's now waiting for a version of summer he didn't get to find. He's having his own version, quiet, contained, complete, in its own particular way, in its own particular heat, regulated carefully, kept exactly 71. He's learning loneliness and solitude on always one, the same thing, learning how to be both, fully here and full of nothing he needs to explain or qualify or pull apart from meaning. Just a man, just a room, just summer passing slow. Outside the window he keeps closed, inside the only peace he knows.
He's been up since the rooftop, since the conversation then, down to silence comfortable, down to whatever this has been. 6 hours running, 6 hours talking, 6 hours watching dark turn pale. Above the buildings watching night surrender, watching night exhale. The last of what it had, he's not tired the way mornings usually feel. This is different, this is electric, this is something almost real. Enough to touch, the city's still asleep, but starting to suggest movement somewhere distant. First trucks making their requests for empty streets, for early access, for the hours before the rush. Claims his territory back, he watches steam rise, watches hush, become something else slowly, become the city clearing throat. Before the actual noise arrives, before the day takes note that he existed through the whole night, witnessed every single phase, from loud to quiet to the strange in between this golden haze that isn't day yet isn't night, just something honest, something true. He's never seen a city look this unguarded, look this new. Sun's coming up on a night that never settled, never slept. City's waking slow while we're still wide awake, still kept inside this golden hour between the dark and the design of everybody's morning. This one moment just mine. The bodega's pulling up his gate, the metal sound echoing loud against the empty street, against the absence of the crowd that'll fill these blocks in an hour, that'll claim the space again. He's
standing in the space between the threshold, the in-between of what the night gave him and what the day's about to ask. He's not ready to go home yet, not ready for the task of pretending this was ordinary, pretending this meant nothing. The way the city changes color, the way the light keeps shifting from something soft to something sharp, or something that demands you see. Clearly see, completely see the version of the city that exists for maybe 20 minutes. Between the dark and bright, between exhaustion and a second wind, between the day and night, overlapping briefly. He feels something settle in his chest, some kind of clarity arriving, some kind of quiet test that he's passing just by witnessing, just by being here to watch the city. Remember what it's for, watch it appear. Sun's coming up on everything we said and didn't say. City's waking slow, but we already feel the change of day. Pressing up against the night that's leaving slow, that's leaving late. This golden hour belongs to us before the world claims its way. He thinks about the version of himself from 12 hours back. Different person, almost different rhythm, different track of thought entirely. The night does that, stretches you somehow into someone more honest, someone closer to right now than he usually allows. The conversation from the roof, still echoing somewhere underneath the surface, still the proof that strangers can become something else by morning, can become the kind of witness only certain hours let you come. Sun's coming up and something in it different, something shifted. Through the hours, through the talking, through the night they gifted each other accidentally. This isn't ending, this is starting. The city's waking up around them, but they're not departing yet, not yet. They're holding on to 20 minutes more of the golden hour, of the threshold of the door between who they were at midnight and who they'll be by noon. He's never felt more here, more present, more attuned to something simple, something real, something that doesn't need explaining or defending. Just a morning, just a free feeling of having stayed up long enough to watch the turn from night to day, from dark to light, from everything they learned about each other slowly, about themselves, about this town that's finally waking up around them, finally settling down into its daily rhythm, while they're still inside the glow of having witnessed something neither one was meant to know. So intimately, the city at its most undone, most true. He's grateful for the night, but gratitude from morning too.